Today we're going to be playing on the best of one standard ranked ladder with Naya humans. Just wanted to take a quick look over the deck first because it's interesting. It's not one that I've seen on the ladder too much, but it can be very powerful if it gets going. The version that I'm running today only runs red for Helena and Elena, and we run a single Sigarda. Other than that, it looks like a mono-white humans build. We run Adeline, Cathar, Peacekeeper, Emperor, Guardian, Adversary, Recruitment Officer, and the Hopeful Initiate. Thalia is a bit of a non-bow here with our Valorous Stance and the Wandering Emperor, but we only run 4 of the non-creature spells in the deck, so we'll take it. Some of the key cards here, obviously Helena and Elena and Sigarda. Intrepid Adversary is a house. Brutal Cathar always pulls its weight, and Adeline is just cracked and goated. So, without further ado, here's the sideboard if anybody wanted to look at that. But let's hop in. Looks like we're going to start with the Plains into a Hopeful. Then we can play our Guardian and an Intrepid Adversary eventually. So not too bad. The double Guardians isn't the greatest, but one can be pitched to the other to make it indestructible. Well, there's the third. Okay. Well, it makes it easy to figure out what we want to sacrifice. And they attack for 3. We'll attack for 4. Do we play a second Guardian? We have 3. I can still discard 1. I'll block there. You want to use a burn spell on it? Perfect. Sure. Attack for 6. Play a Reckless Impulse. And another Impulse. Sure, let's go with Helena and Elena. Put some counters on there. And we'll attack with everybody. Sure. We gain 7 life, go back to 20, and pass. They are at 2. GG's. Even through that really bad misplay earlier with the Guardians of New Benalia. Alright. Next game, we will keep this 7. Gonna be on the draw. We will start with our Recruitment Officer. And they play a Thalia. Well, isn't that nifty? We also have a Thalia. My Valorous Stances cost 4 now. This is ridiculous. Valiant Veteran. Do you want to trade Thalia's here? Because I will. Dang. Play Mishra's Foundry. I think we can just pass here. We'll hold up our intrepid adversary for later in the game. We're not really taking any sort of pressure. There's the pressure. Yeah, we'll take 8 here. And an overgrown farmland. Let's play Helana and Elena. Give it to Thalia, and we'll pass. They play a Sky Strike Officer. Brutal Cathar. We'll play our land. And we'll play our Brutal Cathar. Do we exile a Lord or their card draw? Opponent's on 3 lands, so I think we start just chunking their card draw. Can make our Brutal Cathar a 4/4. Can make Thalia a 6/5. Can make our Recruitment Officer a 4/3. And I will pass. Alright, so they play their 4th land. And Myro. Good thing I have the 4 mana for Valorous Stance. I think we just go for the kill mode here. We can save our Brutal Cathar for something else. I think we can just start whacking them with our Recruitment Officer. And another Myro. And a Frontliner. Sundown Pass. So I think we just Valorous Stance the Myro again. Put 2 more counters on the Officer. We'll attack for 8. Sure. And then we pass. A 3rd Valiant Veteran. It's insane. Unearthing the Frontliner, so I'm assuming they will attack with that and the Thalia. They make their Thalia bigger. And I take 6 here. Alright, As we go with our intrepid adversary, we can pay once and a twice. I'm going to put 4 +1/+1 counters on probably the adversary. And no attacks. Play a land and a Harbin. Okay, so I still have my Brutal Cathar for that Harbin. And we've got another Plaza of Heroes now. So we'll cast our Cathar. And they concede. We will keep this 7 on the draw. Looks like we will start with a Sundown Pass. And I think we will go Thalia next. Yada, okay. Yep, so we don't have an answer for that, so we're gonna go Thalia. And then next turn we can play our Brutal Cathar. Brutal Cathar will take out Giada. We'll attack for 2. They more than likely have a way to trigger that next turn, so holding the Thalia back doesn't seem like the right play to me. Another Giada and another Voice. Okay, so I could have kept my Thalia back. And they don't want to run their Voice into the Brutal Cathar anymore, which is smart. So we can play another Cathar this turn, or we can play a Guardian and a Hopeful Initiate. We could also play a single Intrepid Adversary in the Initiate. But I think getting one of these Voice of the Blessed off the field is gonna be better. We'll attack for 2 again. Next turn, if we can get some land, we can get our Halana and Elena out. And there's the Voice triggering. Off an Inspiring Overseer. And I'll attack for 5. We'll take it. They play a Lunarch Veteran. Ugh, no land. Okay. That is quite unfortunate. Do we pass here and try and trigger Knight, is the question. It's having a 2/1 first strike and 2 3/3s with first strike. Might be better than just adding a 1/2 and a 3/1. So I'm gonna pass. And now I can start using at least this Moonrage Brute in combat. Ooh, that is a big Voice of the Blessed. If they want to attack with it, I will offer the trade of the Thalia and the Brute. So it's going to make them sacrifice one of their Giadas. Or their Giada when it comes back, and I also don't have an answer. They played a single spell this turn. I could double spell next turn, which could get both of those off of the field. So, the question is, do we take 10 here? And if we do, how do we claw back into it? Because we'll have to exile one of the Voice of the Blessed and the bigger Overseer, and these guys will still be able to kill us. So I think we are forced into killing off this Voice of the Blessed here. I forgot it didn't have first strike, so I don't know why I was in the tank about that so long. Okay, so now we go for the Guardian of New Benalia and a Recruitment Officer. Then we will pass. We'll take out one Overseer and one Giada. Oh shoot, I put them under the wrong ones. That should have been both Giadas under the first Cathar. Ao the Dawn Sky. That is a card. And we're taking 3 in the air here. Going to 5. No lands. Yep, that's the game. If only we drew a 4th land. Alrighty. Game 2, this hand going first is just, it's not very good. That's a little better. Keep the 6, and I'm going to put back the Guardian. Started off with a Hopeful Initiate. Go with our Brush Land. Attack for 1. Play another. And Recruitment Officer. Oh, they play a Bank Buster. This next turn is gonna hurt. Double Trainings and an Adeline trigger. They take 7. Play another tap land. And the Soul Partition on my Adeline. So I could blow up their Bank Buster here. I kinda like that. I can blow up their Bank Buster by removing their counters, and then I can attack again. They'll retrain, and I'll still hit them for 7. I'll take off both of those. Attack, and retrain. Blast Zone, not bad. So I have 2 white sources, I have the green source. I think it's just gotta be for... Nah, let's do it for Angels so we can do it pain-free. I'll attack for 2. Do you have removal for my Sigarda? Because she's got Flample. No, they do not. And they got run over. Thank you, Adeline. Alrighty, next game. We're going to keep this 7. And start it off with a Secluded Courtyard. Play our Recruitment Officer. And then next turn, I think we play our Thalia. Yeah, they have a play with fire there, so... Definitely Thalia time. You want to point it at my face or the officer? Voltage surge. Gotcha. Blue, red. We'll attack you for 2. You have another voltage surge. We'll play our Guardian of New Benalia. There's the voltage surge on Thalia. And another recruitment officer. And we'll pass. If I hit a land next turn, that'll be good. And start getting these guys down with some Valor counters. And they make a shaman. There's a land. Attack and enlist. I think these are both bottoms. It's not what I'm looking for right now. They take 6. Yes, they do. Go down to 12, and I will pass. You get a loot with their Fable. Cityscape leveler and an island. So we take 2 here. They play Mightstone and Weakstone, I'm guessing. Yep. Killing my adversary? Sure. Well, isn't that just unfortunate? I'll attack for another 6. And those are some real good draws. We'll take the Emperor and then another adversary. Drop them to 6 and we'll pass. So they get their reflection of Kiki-Jiki. They have access to 7 mana this turn. So they can't unearth their Cityscape leveler before combat. If they attack first with the Shaman, they'll have the 8 mana. But it's just unearthed, and it does not trigger when you unearth it. Just when you attack and cast. Alright, we get attacked for 2, no blocks. We will go to 16. And hopefully the opponent does not have a board wipe of some sort. There's a Skitterbeam Battalion with the 2/2 mode. Alright, I think this turn we just attack all. Because enlisting with the Guardian and make it too easy to chump block. And we want them to have to get rid of the most permanents they can. Alright. We move to blockers.
learned much during my travels. Strike fast and strike hard.
Opponent goes to 3. They can unearth their cityscape leveler here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, if they have a land, they can, because they use their Field of Ruin and treasures. Alright, they don't have a land, so they move to attacks. Just the Shaman at the Wandering Emperor.
Big mistake.
And they play Visions of Phyrexia. They make a tapped Power Stone. So I attack with both of these guys. They have to block both, so they'll use their reflection to copy the Skitter Beam. I have 2 different 2/2 blockers, so I don't need to plus and make a token, or plus and use the counter for first strike. I can just attack with both. So they make a Shaman. And they didn't block. Okay. GG's. Not really sure what happened there, but I guess I'll take it.